structure of male reproductive system, structure of female reproductive system, and process of gametogenesis. These are the three topics we have been completed in previous classes. And in this class, I am going to teach about fertilization and implantation. This is another topic in chapter number 2. What is meant by fertilization? Before going to the topic, first we have to understand what is meant by fertilization. So fertilization nothing but it is a process of union of male and female gamete result in the formation of diploid zygote. This is a process is called a fertilization. So normally sperms are haploid in nature and egg is haploid in nature, that means have a half set of chromosome. During the time of fertilization, the union of male and female pronucleus takes place, result in the formation of diploid zygote. This entire process is called a fertilization. So before the fertilization, the insemination process takes place. What is meant by insemination? Insemination nothing but it is a process of inoculation of sperm into the female reproductive tract. This process is called insemination. So during the copulation, semen is released by the penis into the vagina. It is called insemination. Okay, insemination followed by the fertilization. So where the fertilization takes place, already I explained that structure of a female reproductive tract. In fallopian tube, there are three major parts. One is ampulla, another one is isthmus, third one is infundibular region. The fertilization takes place in the ampullary region of the fallopian tube. The next event before the entry of sperm into the egg. Sperm egg kullara poradhukku munnala the another process takes place. This process is called capacitation. So what is meant by capacitation? Capacitation nothing but it is a process that helps to activate the sperm. The sperm physically attain the maturity with the help of capacitation process. It is nothing but it is a biochemical process. This biochemical process helps to enable the sperm to penetrate in and fertilize the egg. So without capacitation process, there is no fertilization. This capacitation helps to entry of sperm into the egg. And this is a definition for a fertilization: haploid sperm fuse with haploid ovum to form a fertilized egg or a diploid zygote. So what is meant by capacitation? Maybe a 2-mark question. Capacitation is a process or it is a biochemical event that helps to entry of sperm for and fertilize the egg. Egg fertilize பண்றதுக்கு spermல நடக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு biochemical process. இதான் என்ன சொல்லும்னா capacitation. Then followed by the acrosomal reaction takes place. So what is meant by acrosomal reaction? See the picture. Normally this is a structure of an egg. This egg surrounded by a many layer of follicular cells. So normally these follicular cells are packed with or tightly cementing with chemical substance called hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid helps to attachment of these follicular cells on the membrane, egg membrane. So what happened? This follicular cells prevent the entry of sperm into the ooplasm of the egg. So the sperm want to digest this layer. This digestion takes place with the help of this acrosomal reaction. So acrosomal reaction nothing but it is a reaction helps to penetration of sperm into the ooplasm of the egg. So here what is given in your textbook? The follicular cells are held together by a adhesive cementing substance called hyaluronic acid. So this is a follicular cells. These are the follicular cells. These follicular cells are adhesive with the help of hyaluronic acid. So this is the structure of sperm. Already I was explained the structure of sperm. The head is a major part which contain a acrosome and followed by the neck. Then this is a what? Body region, then followed by the tail. This body contains a mitochondria which helps to provide the energy. So the acrosomal membrane disintegrate releasing the proteolytic enzyme hyaluronidase. So this is made up of hyaluronic acid. This hyaluronic acid disintegrated by, or the follicular cell disintegrated by the chemical substance called hyaluronase, which is secreted by the acrosome of the sperm. So as a result, the sperm enters into the ooplasm, the ooplasm of the egg. Okay, this is a sequential event that happens during the fertilization process. The first process is insemination. That means inoculation of sperm into the female reproductive tract. And second important process, capacitation. Capacitation nothing but it is a biochemical event that helps to activate the sperm. And third process, acrosomal reaction. Then followed by the union of male and female pronucleases takes place. The actual fertilization takes place when the union of male and female pronucleus. Okay. Next process, once the sperm enters into the ooplasm of the egg, what will happen? The cortical granules. Cortical granules, it is a substance present inside the ooplasm or nearby this vitelline membrane. See what are the structure is given here. This membrane is what plasma, egg plasma membrane. Then this is what zona pellucida, and this is a follicular cells. Okay. Here this cortical granules lies nearby the egg membrane. Once the sperm enters into the ooplasm of the egg, what will happen? This cortical granules aggregate to form one membrane. This membrane prevents the entry of more sperm into the egg. As a result, polyspermy is prevented. What is polyspermy? Polyspermy nothing but it is a process the entry of more sperm into the egg. எக்குக்குள்ள நிறைய ஸ்பெர்ம் உள்ளர போயிட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு பேர் பாலிஸ்பெர்மின்னு சொல்லுவோம். This polyspermy normally prevented by the formation of this cortical granules. Cortical granules may be a, fertilization membrane may be a 2-mark question. Fertilization membrane. So once fertilization is accomplished, the cortical granules from the cytoplasm, this is the cytoplasm or a ooplasm. From the ooplasm, the cortical granules of the ovum form a barrier. This barrier is called a fertilization membrane. This membrane formed around the egg. So what is the significance of this fertilization membrane? It preventing further penetration of other sperms, thus polyspermy is prevented. Suppose if there is no formation of this layer or this fertilization membrane is absent, what will happen? It allows the entry of more sperm into the egg, result in the formation of more 2 or more children. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is a animated slide which shows the various stages of development of fetus. 4th week, 8th week, up to 8th week, the picture is shown. This is a process of cleavage. Cleavage means mitotic division of zygote. Zygote la nadakக்கூடிய mitotic division க்கு என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா cleavage ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். This is a various stages of development. Okay, next we move on to next process of after the fertilization. So what are the steps involved in fertilization process? First, insemination. What is insemination? What is insemination? Very good. Inoculation of a sperm into the female reproductive tract. Then followed by the the capacitation. What is meant by capacitation? It is a biochemical event that helps to penetration of sperm into the egg or it activates the sperm. Third one is what? Acrosomal reaction. This acrosomal reaction helps to penetration of sperm. How? Normally the egg surrounded by many layers of follicular cells. These follicular cells are attached with the help of hyaluronic acid. This hyaluronic acid disintegrate with the help of an enzyme called hyaluronase. This enzyme secreted by the acrosome. This is the acrosomal reaction. And another step is formation of fertilization membrane. This membrane formed due to the presence of cortical granules on the ooplasm. Okay, now the fertilization is over. The next process is cleavage. This is the second step in the fertilization and the implantation. What will happen in this part? Here the zygote will be formed. After the formation of zygote, here mitotic division takes place. Mitotic division, there are two types of division already. I explained so many times. mitotic and meiotic division. Meiotic division normally a type of cell division occurs in the reproductive cells, but mitotic division a type of cell division occurs in the somatic cells. So zygote is a somatic cell, so here mitotic division takes place. Here first cleavage produce two identical cells or two identical blastomeres. Then further division gives rise a more number of cells, 2-cell stage, then 4-cell stage, then followed by the 8-cell stage. Then after the 72 hours of the fertilization, the morula will be formed. Morula may be a 2-mark question. See here, after 72 hours of the fertilization, a loose collection of cells forms a berry shaped cluster of 16 or more than 16 cell stage is called morula. The morula may contains either 16 cells or more than 16 cells, 16 or 32 cells. This stage is called morula stage. During this stage, the morula contain a loose collection of cells. Okay, the first cleavage 2-cell stage, then 4-cell stage, then 8-cell stage, then after the 72 hours of the fertilization will become a morula. This picture shows a process of cleavage. Here see the picture clearly, 2-cell stage, then followed by the 4-cell stage. This is the process of cleavage. Then 8-cell stage, then finally it attains the morula stage. Okay, this is a picture given your textbook, 2-cell, 4-cell, morula. Then after the morula, the structure or early blastula or blastocyst will be formed. On the 4th to 5th day of the embryo consists of fluid filled hollow ball about 100 cells called blastocyst. See, this is a structure of blastocyst. This is a hollow or fluid filled cavity. This stage is called blastocyst. The total number of cells that are present in the blastocyst around 100 cells. This blastocyst contains a two-part, namely the outermost layer. This outer stage, outer cell layer is called a tropoplast, and remaining the cells that are present inside this fluid filled hollow cavity. These cells are called inner cell mass. There are two structures present in the blastocyst. One is a tropoplast, another one is a inner cell mass. அந்த இது பிளாஸ்டோசிஸ்டில் 2 ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இருக்கிறாங்க. அந்த அவுட்டர் மோஸ்ட் மெம்பரேனுக்கு பேர் என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா ட்ரோப்போபிளாஸ்ட்னு சொல்லுவோம். இந்த உள்ளே இருக்கக்கூடிய கிளஸ்டர் ஆஃப் செல்ஸுக்கு பேர் இன்னர் செல் மாஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் த ரோல் ஆஃப் திஸ் ட்ரோப்போபிளாஸ்ட் அண்ட் இன்னர் செல் மாஸ்? This trophoblast helps to attachment of this egg on the endometrial wall. This process is called implantation. So what is meant by implantation? Implantation, attachment of blastocyst on the endometrial wall. This process is called implantation. So what is the role of this inner cell mass? The trophoblast layer வந்து அட்டாச்மெண்ட்டுக்கு உதவுறாங்க. அப்போ இன்னர் செல் மாஸோட வேலை என்ன? What is the role of inner cell mass? The inner cell mass of the blastocyst develops into embryo, become embedded on the endometrium of the uterus. The inner cell mass differentiate to embryo. That means this is a part which contains a group of cells which develops into the organs. Organ develop ஆகிறது யார் அப்படின்னா இன்னர் செல் மாஸ் தான். ஓகேவா? So what are the stages in cleavage? First 2-cell stage, then 4-cell stage, then 8-cell stage, then morula MB. Morula, then blastocyst. Blastocyst contains differentiate into two parts, namely outer trophoblast and inner cell mass. The inner cell mass differentiate into embryo. The outer trophoblast helps to attachment of a egg on the endometrial wall. The next process, ectopic pregnancy. The ectopic pregnancy, it is a defect may happens in the some pregnant ladies. Here normally the blastocyst going to implanted on the endometrial wall. In some cases, in some pregnant ladies, the implantation may happens outside of the uterine wall. This is a uterine wall. May happens in the outside of the uterine wall. That means either maybe on the this part, fallopian tube or this other area of the female reproductive tract. This condition is called ectopic pregnancy. Implantation endometrial wall இல்லாமல் வேறு ஏதாவது ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா ectopic pregnancy ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். So if the fertilized ovum is implanted outside the uterus, result in the ectopic pregnancy. Another 2 mark question. What is ectopic pregnancy? The implantation of fertilized egg outside the uterus. This process is called a ectopic pregnancy. About 95% of the ectopic pregnancy occurs in the fallopian tube. So mostly the ectopic pregnancy, this condition due to the failure of movement of this fertilized egg. Fertilized egg சரியா மூவ் ஆகல அப்படின்னா it may be get implanted on the fallopian tube. So what is the severe effect caused due to the ectopic pregnancy? So the growth of embryo may cause a internal bleeding. This is the first severe effect. Then followed by the infection. Then followed by the death due to the rupture of fallopian tube due to the increase the size of the baby. So if the implantation takes place on the fallopian tube, there is no adequate phase for a development of fetus. As a result, rupture of a fallopian tube leads to the death of pregnant lady. This is one of the defect occurs in the females. Then after the completion of cleavage, what will happen? The gastrulation takes place. So this pictures clearly explain about the entire process of fertilization. That means post fertilization events. Fertilization, then followed by the cleavage, then followed by the gastrulation. Zygote normally diploid in condition because of it is formed after the union of egg and sperm. Then cleavage takes place. Already I explained that what is meant by cleavage. Cleavage nothing but a mitotic division of a zygote. This cleavage may produce a 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, then finally 8-cell stage, then next morula, then followed by the blastula, then blastocyst. This blastocyst, this is a stage going to implanted on the uterine wall. So what is the next process? Gastrulation. Gastrulation means formation of germ layers. Here the transformation of blastocyst into the gastrula with the primary germ layers by the movement of blastomeres. So continuous movements of every cells considered as a blastomeres. The continuous movement of blastomeres leads to the formation of 3 layers, namely ectodome, endodome and mesodome. Every layer, what is the role of this layer? Every layer, each germ layers gives rise to the specific tissue or specific organ and the specific organ system during the organogenesis. But every internal organs are derived from these 3 germ layers. The formation of these 3 germ layers are called gastrulation. Okay. One more structure you have to understand in this part. One is how the germ layers are formed. So we want to go the previous slide. Okay. Here this is a tropoplast, then followed by the inner cell mass. Here this inner cell mass differentiate into 2 type of layers, namely epiplast and hypoplast. Epiplast, the outermost cells may differentiate into the epiplast, and these cells, the innermost cells may be differentiate into the hypoplast, and the remaining cells also differentiate into the another layer. So see here the hypoplast. Hypoplast is the embryonic endodome and the epiplast is the ectodome. So see the inner cell mass. In inner cell mass, this may be a inner cell mass. This inner cell mass cells may differentiate into the epiplast and the hypoplast. The hypoplast differentiate into the endodome and the epiplast differentiate into the ectodome. The remaining cells of the cell mass may differentiate into the mesodome. As a result, the formation of 3 layers or the 3 layers will be formed. So the inner cell mass differentiate into the epiplast, hypoplast, and that means ectodome, endodome and mesodome. This entire process is called gastrulation. So suppose if the question asked in 2 mark or 3 mark, you have to write first you have to write the what is gastrulation. Gastrulation nothing but it is a process formation of or transformation of blastocyst into the gastrula, or a formation of 3 germ layers are called gastrulation. So during this stage, the inner cell mass differentiate into the ectodome, endodome and mesodome. So that's all. The next class we will discuss about extra embryonic layer. Thank you.